Here's a quick fire review of 3 films that I watched in the last week or so. I'm going to pick a new film, an old film, and a slightly more left field choice and go through each of them. And for the old film, I've gone with Paris, Texas. Visually, this film was stunning. They use such a broad color palette. There are these scenes that you could just pause and they look like works of art. But aside from looking incredible, it's got this compelling story slash mystery that slowly kind of unravels itself as the film progresses. It ends up being this fantastic commentary on human relationships, and it doesn't shy away from all the beauty in this and also the ugliness too. And for the newer film, I've gone with Yorgos Lanthimos' The Killing of a Sacred Deer. As you'd expect from Yorgos Lanthimos, this film's got some brilliant cinematography. He's hired some fantastic actors who put on phenomenal performances. I've always loved that Yorgos doesn't shy away from absurdity in his films, and this is no exception. However, I feel like I've almost kind of spoiled myself on Yorgos's other films that are way more kind of epic in scale, and this feels a bit more contained. Alongside this smaller scale, although you've got some interesting questions that are posed to the viewer, I think thematically it's a bit more simple than his other works, and it didn't really grab me as much as some of those other films, but I still think it's great entertainment. For a more interesting choice that you might not have heard of, I've gone for Peking Opera Blues. I love this film way more than I expected to. It's this really interesting historical insight into the period where China shifts from being this ancient dynasty into a more modernized democratic government. It's a tale that confronts societal norms head on as it's down to 3 women to interrupt the plans of this corrupt government. It's a brilliant look into this populace who just cannot win whatsoever. The women aren't allowed to perform in the theatre. The men who perform in their place are constantly harassed and abused. However, saying all of this, it doesn't allow itself to get bogged down in this thematic severity. It keeps this light-hearted, hilarious dialogue going throughout. It's got these extravagant costumes, and it's got this fantastic choreography that all leads to it just being a 5-star film for me.